Okay, so the two teams set up on the board are set up on 11 aside. We've got a red team who are playing a 4-4-2, so their back four is there with their left back and their right back. Midfield four, left-sided player, two central midfielders and a right-sided midfielder, and then their two centre forwards. The Blues are set up on a 4-3-3, so they've got their back four there, two centre halves with a player on the ball. They've got their holding midfielder or their number 6. They've got two advanced midfielders or number 8s. They've got two wide midfielders, and they've got a centre forward, who's in between the red midfield and centre halves. So the key thing we're looking at with our under 8s for this term is dominating the 1v1. But a lot of what we're going to do with them is actually dominating the 1v1 when they've got pressure from behind. So if we think about traditionally when we do 1v1s, a lot of practices that I see online are when a attacking player, for example, the Blues winger there, has the ball and they're facing their opposition player, their opposition fullback. But actually, if you look at the statistics, the majority of 1v1 duels within the 11-a-side game occur when the player is actually receiving the ball with pressure. Is receiving the ball with pressure from behind them. So it might be in this situation here, the centre half playing into a number 6 and the opposition centre forward is putting pressure on behind them. Or it might be that the centre half is playing into a fullback and they're receiving pressure from behind from the winger behind them. Could be the number 6 or the holding midfielder in possession, playing into a support and advanced midfield teammate who's got pressure from the central midfielder behind them, or missing that player out perhaps and playing into the wide man, the wide player, and they've got pressure from the fullback behind them. So actually, if you look at the game in 11-a-side, or you look at it from above and you look down on the pitch, a lot of times where players receive the ball in 1v1 situations is actually receiving the ball with pressure from behind them. So the practices that we're going to be showing you for our under 8s groups for this half term are going to be predominantly where the first pass or the first time they receive the ball is with pressure from behind them. However, there will be times where they've freed themselves up a little bit, maybe they've got in between the lines there, and they receive the ball and the pressure is from behind them, but perhaps from the side, or as they receive the ball, pressure is actually coming from ahead of them, if you like, and they've got to work out where to go and where to move with the ball to make the most of that situation. So the sessions that we're going to be showing you are going to predominantly focus on players receiving the ball and pressure arriving from behind, perhaps from different sides, perhaps from a player directly behind them.
Please ensure you follow us on our social media channels and on YouTube now to receive updates on a regular basis and access to all of our coaching sessions that we're going to be sharing in the coming weeks and months.